everyone, my name is Matt, and welcome to my channel. It's finally happened. The Exo-6 brand that has been delivering these wonderful figures from Voyager to DS9 to TNG to TOS to TMP. And if you understand those acronyms, congratulations, because there's a lot of them there. But thank you to Exo-6 for doing this wonderful thing for Star Trek and putting out these wonderful, the majority of wonderful figures that we are going to take a look at today. Actually, we're going to take a look at the last figure in a series, and I'll show you why I kind of know it's the last figure in the series. But we're looking at Voyager here. We're looking at the cast and crew of Voyager. And throughout the production run, there have been some amazing standouts and some, I hate to use the word mediocre. Love and attention to detail, a joy for the Voyager series has been shown in every single character here represented, which is basically the bridge crew. So it's really, I don't want to say mediocre, but there are some sculpts look a little soft, a little softer than probably they should have been. Let's start with one of my favorites. Here's Robert Picardo as the Doctor. And I mean, Robert Picardo's in the room with us right now. Absolutely fantastic, outstanding sculpt. The Doctor looks amazing. The hairline, even got a little thingy back there in the back to kind of show a little bit of unsymmetry, I guess that's a good word. He's got quite a few accessories, including this wonderful hypo spray that actually, I think the bottom of it, you can take that out, I think. Yes, you can take it out. So there's different colored hypo sprays that you can have. And hopefully I can put that back in there without it falling out. The fit and finish is great, but there are some figures it takes a little bit of you getting used to putting them together wise. So Robert Picardo, one of my favorite sculpts in the Voyager series. My least favorite, and a little bit of softness in this figure, Captain Janeway. I hate to say, I mean, the sculpt, the hair, it looks fantastic. The eyes look alive, but the sculpt compared to a Picardo or Robert Beltran or even Jerry Ryan and Tim Russ, it looks very soft, which is unfortunate, but there's no mistaking that is Kate Mulgrew, Captain Janeway. And she looks great, from her pips to her coffee mug that has brown coffee in it, actually, which is kind of cool. It's just that face is just a little too soft compared to, like I said, Robert Picardo with the almost exacting lines in his face. I have them on stands, by the way, because 7 of 9's ankles are a little weak at the joints, so setting her up properly is kind of an issue. So I've got her in her stand so that she doesn't topple over in case I accidentally knock something over. Here's Robert Beltran, Chakotay, Akuchimoya, and all of those other fake things that jerkwad. Look up the Native American culture advisor for Star Trek Voyager, and you'll see that basically he was a giant fraud. So we've got our tattoo on here. He just looks fantastic. And, you know, Robert Beltran is a very striking individual anyway. He just exudes like authority when you look at him. I've liked Robert Beltran since I saw him in Night of the Comet. Look up that movie. It's an 80s movie about a comet that flies over top of Earth. It's a horror movie, a zombie movie, but a very good zombie movie. Robert Beltran, Chakotay. So what we're going to do now is I am going to open this, but I've not opened it. It is sealed. I haven't been on Facebook at all. I wanted to be surprised by how Neelix looks, because when they first released the character pictures of the initial sculpt, it was very interesting. So I just thought that I would round out the final figure in this wonderful series by showing Neelix unboxing. What fun. Let's get started. So I am going to now open the box. I should have brought everybody's stand out, shouldn't I? Maybe I will stop tape after I unseal this box. And I will get everybody on a stand to where they're not going to fall over while I'm fiddling with boxes. So apologies to Robert Duncan McNeil. That was not planned. I'm very sorry about that. I've put you back. You're next to Balana. I know you can't really see that right now, but you're front and center. So I hope that makes up for it. I apologize. But they're all on their stands, so they should be able to take a lot more jiggle. So let's get this open. There are a couple of steps to this process. We have feet in here. I don't know what they're traditionally called, but they keep the box centered so that if any corner gets hit as well, it protects the corners. They're on the top, 4 of them on the top, 4 of them on the bottom. It's been that way standard since data was released for First Contact. And you can kind of see that's the initial the initial sculpt for Neelix. Usually they put out the box usually has the initial look at the character. We'll get the plastic off here. It does come with plastic wrap, so they do a wonderful job, Exo-6 does, of making sure they do everything possible to make it so that, at least from their standpoint, the figure will get to you in good shape. So here is Neelix, the Talaxian. And this is why I know, and you can actually use this as a guide with the other boxes from different shows to show who they plan on releasing with regards to each set. So as you can see, Voyager, Star Trek, here's Neelix depicted right there. Here is Janeway and the Doctor. And then you can see here on the side, here is the rest of the cast and crew, represented now by Exo-6, the entire bridge crew, and Neelix. So that's how I know this run of Voyager is done. Now they can come back and maybe do a couple of the aliens from Voyager. Probably not the Vidians. They're a little scary and messy. But there are quite a few species out there that would make for good sculpts. A lot of people were hoping for Kes. I think Kes is an incredibly long shot if she's even shown or sculpted, because the actress that plays Kes, unfortunately, has had some problems with mental issues. So all I can do is hope that she's doing well now, but it might be incredibly difficult to see a Kes in the future. So, and we got on the back here, this is showing exactly what we're going to find on the inside. 1/6 scale, head sculpts like Neelix, Ethan Phillips, Talaxian casual wear. He's got a pad, hands, support base. He's got a coffee pot and a ladle. So we'll probably give him the coffee pot when we put him on the stand. In the back there, you can kind of see where they're going to sit right like there on the stand. I have a special, this blanket that I think is a beach towel, but it's like the worst feeling beach towel ever. It's awful. It's an awful feeling beach towel, but it's not bad looking. So I've got it kind of wrapped up. I've got some floorboards. You can kind of see them over in that area on the couch that I wrap this around and then put it in the back so that the other characters can sit elevated. And we'll get a look at that in the last part of the video. But first, let's take off our sleeve. Oh my gosh. That head sculpt looks a lot different. We'll get it out of the box. But we'll do a kind of a comparison here. I'll keep this up here. We'll do a comparison when I take it out. Oh gosh. Okay, so now we have this tape up here that I will carefully... I had this knife down here from when I was doing some stuff with the Mega Blocks that the series has already started. I was using it to pry some stuff apart before I got my needle nose pliers out. So these things are packaged so well. Oops. Oh, and in here actually is where they put his little display museum card. I don't know if I'd have done that or not. That kind of hurt the back of the box, but that's okay. Put this aside. So here's a little card that every single one of them come with. He is Talaxian. So, but here's Neelix. This is his card, and it's kind of see-through, so you could, if you wanted to, you could put a little light on it. I think that's great. Nice. We will set that aside. Then we will get to Neelix himself. I've got him upside down right now. So he doesn't sit up in the box very well. So we're gonna pull him out of the box and take this bag off of his head. Poor guy. You can breathe now, Neelix. And that sculpt looks really good. It appears that they, I don't know. I mean, it's a good looking sculpt. It looks just like him. There is a bit of a variation from the very first picture that we see here to Neelix himself. His mouth is a lot more open on the box than you see down here, which is probably for the better. That was kind of the problem. Also, his one eye is very closed. Head moves very well. It's good. But yeah, that eye is very closed. That's very strange. Huh. Okay, so let's take his booties off. We'll put this down on the ground here. And then here's the kind of the another pain in the butt part. Which I mean, it's good, but they wrap the hands, and every time I get this hand wrapping, they tape them really shut, but these came off very easily. Excellent. So here's Neelix, the very last in the series, and you can kind of see he's got a comm badge. He's got an ascot type thing. Oh, do we dare? Do we dare? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's an undershirt. That's actually really great. Was not expecting that. Wonder if they'll sell shirt accessories. That looks super good. Wow. And then this matches up really well. There's enough fabric so that you can match up the line perfectly and get it so it doesn't look like there's Velcro back there. So that looks fantastic. Here he is from the back. Look at this. This is exquisite detail on this clothing. Like I said, they really work hard, and these are kind of spats. You can kind of see the elastic down here on the foot, or keep the pant legs down so they don't ride up with wear. His eyebrows are a lot different than the initial. Sort of. You can kind of see the eyebrows. You can see the eyebrows there. They're kind of similar, except they're not as accentuated, I guess, as they are on this sculpt. That might be a lighting thing as well. That eye, though, that one eye being so closed is very, very strange. He's got teeth, the back of the hair here, very Elvis, very coiffed. He's got these really cool mutton chops. He really doesn't change much during the series. So we've got these wonderful sculpted hands. That one probably holds a coffee mug. Look, he's got spots on the back of his hands, and I'm sure that they all correspond correctly to how the spots should look. Let's look at the other accessories. He does have a hand phaser. That's very interesting. Does he have a hand phaser holder? I don't see one. I don't know if his belt has a magnet in it. I guess we can kind of check that out as we go here. Put Neelix aside for a second. The hands are not like snapped in, so they're in there kind of loose, so I don't really want to twist it too much. He does get a pad that he can hold in his hand. Always thought those were pretty cool. They're very detailed, very intricate. Got a little bit of a texture to them. He has a ladle that feels kind of flimsy. I mean, it shouldn't be metal. It's plastic, which is fine. It's just very interesting. And then the coffee pot, which I think is really cool. Should that be attached? Maybe not. I can look at the. Let's look at the back again. Okay, nope, it is not attached, but it is facing the wrong direction. The coffee handle should be out like this. My coffee handle is in like that. How interesting. I wonder why. Not a big deal. I don't know if you can, I don't think you can, it doesn't look like there's any way to switch it. Or maybe it's a ring? No. Oh, wow, I don't know if I want to fiddle with it. But yeah, so that's on backwards, but that's okay. I don't mind it that much. It's just very interesting that it would be on there backwards like that. It doesn't feel like anything comes apart on it, so it is static. So that's your coffee pot, even though the handle's on backwards. Not a problem. Not a big deal. I'm more interested in the fact that he was given a hand phaser, but it doesn't look like he was given a holster like everybody else. I think the doctor did not come with a phaser. He only came with a tricorder and a bunch of medical stuff, whereas everybody else came with a tricorder and a phaser and a pad, I do believe. So we can take some of this stuff apart here. I won't mess with the hands. I don't think. I wonder which one holds the coffee. Maybe we'll fiddle with the one that holds the coffee pot. Does this one hold a coffee pot? It kind of looks like it does. If I flip that in there like that. And, maybe. Yeah, kind of. I mean, if it wouldn't have mattered if the handle were in the right or wrong direction. It just seems like that's the best way to go. This one, that's for holding the phaser. I mean, this is probably also a ladle holder, but I will give him his coffee. Taking off the hands can be an interesting process. Ooh, look at that. The skin doesn't really match, but it doesn't have to because it can get a little difficult to take off here. We'll put that there. I'll put this on here. Okay. Sometimes it can be difficult, sometimes it's not. And then there's a little, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. Wow. That's great. Look at that. Neelix looks amazing. I mean, problems, the eye does bother me that it's squinted so much. I don't know. There's no way for me to correct that. So his uniform, his outfit is exquisite. It feels great. The figure is premium. It's got to be premium. It's pretty expensive. The attention to detail, the amount of love, the amount of enjoyment for the series that you see and get out of these figures that Exo-6 put out is just absolutely fantastic. I love it. That is so cool. And then here's the stand that he goes on. You peel this off. You try to. You throw that away because it's sticky. And then he's got a crotch grabber. So that'll slot in there. The ladies, except for Janeway, Janeway's got a crotch grabber. The ladies after Janeway, however, got waist grabbers. So they grab around the waist. I think it started with 7 because they found that the 2 prongs coming up between her legs was not flattering, which I agree with. So, and what's nice about Neelix, you don't see it. How fantastic. And then in this little bag here will be the little plaque holder for the front of the stand. I can show those off. So these, I think these are meant to clip to the sides of the transporter pads so that you can kind of have them in a grid and then they're kind of close together, which is nice. And then this is the clear, actually this is the clip, isn't it? No, wait, what is that? It's a clip to something. I don't exactly know, but I know that this goes in the front here like this, so that his little card can go right there. So there's Neelix. What a wonderful addition. Good looking figure. There's also this that you can trade the transporter pad picture out for. So that's this way you can have them in this big pattern that uses these clips to clip them all together, and you can have a nice big transporter pad. But I like these blue ones. I don't think that there's anything else that came with this. You get a nice packet of silica gel. Isn't that great? Delicious silica gel. Do not eat. But otherwise, yeah. So we'll keep the phaser in here since he doesn't really have a place to put it. I'll keep his pad in here. We'll put his ladle back. And then we'll put the box back together. And then we'll display Neelix. And now I present to you the Exo-6 line of figures from Star Trek Voyager. The line's finished. Everything that was promised is here. The entire set, to me, is a 10 out of 10. I love Voyager. It's a wonderful series. It has its greats. It has its problems. But in the end, it is a great bit of Trek, and I enjoyed watching it and collecting this series. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you, Neelix, for showing up. I hope everyone has a great day. We'll talk to you later.